This week on the Road with Mickey, things that are prohibited at the U.S. Disney parks.
We're on the road with Mickey. We're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go. We're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and she's Sophie,
And she's Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
and he's Grogu. He
The
says, "Hi,
best.
Brenda."
The best of the best.
Always
Yeah,
ready to wave.
yep. And we are on the road with Mickey. This is episode 289 for November 10th, 2025. And our featured topic this week is things that are prohibited at the U.S. Disney parks. We wanted to do this episode so that no one gets surprised when they try and bring something to the parks that they're not allowed to. So we're
Like
going to
I did
try,
recently.
like Brenda did recently. So we're going to kind of cover over some of those things, and hopefully, um, in addition to just saying what's not allowed, we might have a suggestion or two on what you can use instead. You know, so that you can still enjoy what you were trying to enjoy. So that's the idea behind this topic. But first, we have some incredible cheddar from the big cheese, and it all starts with Brenda.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this, and I'm so glad that Mike found this out. Thank you very, very much. December 13th, one of our all-time favorites, Dick Van Dyke, will turn 100 years old. And Fathom Events is having a tribute for him to celebrate the journey of this incredible Disney legend. The event is on December 13th and 14th, 2 days only. So be ready.
That's
Hopefully, it'll
right.
be at all the theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
So
yeah,
love him.
Daddy, are we gonna go get tickets or something?
I'm going to go look at getting tickets. Yes, absolutely.
I would love that. I would
So
love
would
that
I.
a whole lot. All right, it's time for my cheddar, which is not nearly as exciting. But just a reminder that with the end of daylight savings, the skies are getting darker earlier, and over at Animal Kingdom, there are some times where you will be able to enjoy Pandora, the world of Avatar, after dark, where the scene is set for incredible nighttime experiences, including a whole lot of bioluminescent plants.
That's right. That's
Beautiful.
right. So I saw that they had some hours that went as late as 8 p.m. And
Hmm.
generally speaking, the latest hours are more like 7 p.m. So
Yes.
it's not a ton of time, but it's one of the most magical moments at Animal Kingdom is to be there when it's all lit up like that. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not something you get to experience a lot.
yeah. And our episode will be airing on November 10th. That's when the audio goes up, the YouTube goes up the night before, of course. But on November 10th, so November 10th at 6:30 p.m., the Disney Cruise Lines is going to be having a live stream of the christening of the newest ship, the Disney Destiny. So they will be showing that over the internet, over social media. So feel free to check it out and see how it looks. Um,
And what time zone is that? I'm gonna guess Eastern
6:30
Standard.
p.m. is Eastern. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
because it's over right now, it is docked at Port Canaveral.
got it.
So,
Yep.
so yeah, it'll be at on Eastern time zone. And also, our episode goes up November 10th. November 11th is Veterans Day. And
Yes.
we want to take a moment and just recognize and thank every single member of this country that has contributed to the freedoms that we enjoy. And so
Exactly.
our hats go off to you and we salute you today. Thank you very much for
Indeed.
all your service.
Indeed.
Yes.
All right. Well, that is our cheddar from the big cheese. And I want to remind everyone We've got our Facebook page, On the Road with Mickey page. We also have the Facebook group, which is the On the Road with Mickey group, and that's where Sophie's question of the week is posted every week. We have our YouTube channel. Hello, YouTubers. Thank you for
Hello.
subscribing, watching, hitting the bell, getting notifications, and everything. Thank you so much. Um, our Instagram channel is also On the Road with Mickey, and our email address is info@ontheroadwithmickey.com, and the website, of course, is also ontheroadwithmickey.com. Um, so check us out. Leave us comments.
Check us out.
Check us out. Go look at Brenda on YouTube because she is the internet celebrity, right, Sophie?
She really is. She's like the entire reason we do half as well as we do.
Exactly. Grogu's like, wait a minute, I thought it was me.
It is him.
It's you too, Grogu. It's you and Brenda. You two run the ship, and we're just along for the ride.
Each of you takes 50% of the credit.
Exactly.
Oh, we're so crazy.
Well, we had a fun week with question of the week feedback. The question Sophie asked is, what's your favorite pixie dust moment? And Brenda, you read first because PJ said it.
Yep. My girl PJ, she is something else. She says, being named Grand Marshal of the Parade at Magic Kingdom, and look how humble she is. She didn't say 3 times or 4 times. She just acted like just once.
Yeah. And it's very interesting because that's exactly one of the things that Brenda mentioned last week on the episode.
Yeah.
And then our friend Courtney said that her favorite pixie dust moment was the day that her family got to open the park.
Nice. Oh,
and she posted a picture. It's in our Facebook group, so you can go see it there. It's so cute. It's got all the characters and everything.
Sweet.
And then Chrissy, calling back to something that I had said on the show last week, she said, anytime I can do it for someone else, just spreading that tiny bit of kindness, bit of friendship and happiness wherever she goes. Oh my gosh, I love Chrissy so much.
Yep.
She is
very
so sweet.
Very sweet. Well, Robin said, Mackenzie getting Figment. This was so sweet, kind, and thoughtful.
Oh, that little Figment plushie.
Yeah, Figment, and that was a gift from Chris and Chrissy from Billy's Closet of Magic. And then Chandler, he went to the cast member out. He said, I had a simple question related to FastPass and stopped at a Blue Umbrella for help. The cast member fixed what I thought I did in the first place and then gave me and my wife a free FastPass on top of it. That's nice. I mean, those cast members are worth their weight in gold. So thank you to every cast member for what you do.
For sure.
And then Cindy the silent partner said, the best pixie dust was carried out by Mike surprising his sister Robin 2 years ago. Mr. Sneaky planned our trip to coincide with Robin's daughter and son-in-law's trip so she could attend Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party with her granddaughters. I remember that. We had a video and everything.
Oh my gosh.
Wonderful.
It was phenomenal. It was so phenomenal.
Sweet. It was amazing.
Well, Pam said, Mom being crowned Miss Boardwalk during her 90th birthday trip. That's fab.
Wow.
I love that. I just love that imagery, the visual. I'm like that, they just do it right, and that they take care of our parents,
Yeah. They do.
They take care of our parents. So
they take care of all our family members.
Yeah. And then Sheila said that her daughter received a Tomorrowland pin from a cast member at Disneyland after they had heard that they were sold out. So a cast member gave her the pin anyway. So that's awesome. Nice. Great feedback, people. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Love it.
Stay tuned, Sophie. You'll have another question of the week coming up.
I will.
But
don't know what it's going to be yet, but I will.
Yep. But now it's time to get into our feature topic, things that are prohibited at the US Disney parks. And I'm going to just open the floor. So, who wants to go first?
Um,
Well, I guess I'll go first since I brought up this topic. And I want to just say we're doing this just as a PSA, really, because I had decided that I was going to get my husband and I these pop-up little stools to sit on to enjoy the parade. And these stools fold down to around like I think it's like 8-inch round and 1-inch thick little circles. And I thought we could take them in our backpack. And then when it got to parade time, we could pop those up and sit on them during the parade because it's getting harder for us to get up. Doesn't hurt to get down, it kills us to get up. But I went ahead just in case and looked it up to make sure we were going to be able to get in the park with them because they will like make you take them out of your bag if you're not allowed to have it. And we are not allowed to have it. You cannot have foldable chairs of any kind. It doesn't matter any kind. So just want to save somebody else the trouble of, thinking they can
yeah,
take something. So it's always worth checking out.
yeah.
And fortunately, you found out before you bought them.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, because otherwise you would have had to do an Amazon return or something, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just no fun.
No.
So yeah, it is a shame, but I mean I don't get it, but I get it, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's probably for the sake of mobility and whatnot because they don't want people to get too crowded in. And I know that the stools you had in mind were very portable, very small, but still, it might take a little bit of time to actually get them popped out and set up and whatnot. And that could be time that other people might be crowding up against you and you might risk someone getting hurt because of it. So I can understand why. And I think I think
Yeah,
it's a good idea to like explain why these things aren't
yeah,
allowed.
Yeah. And
Um,
also their recommendation is if you need to sit during the parade, either rent a wheelchair or an ECV at the front of the park.
hmm
mhm.
So we don't need to
yeah,
sit that bad. I just wanted it for convenience.
yeah.
Yeah.
So so there you go. For us, I don't like standing a long time, and so what I'll typically do is just find an area. It may not be in the right exact spot where I can see everything, but I
Mhm.
can see most of it. And so I'll find a spot. And for me, that's either sometimes over by Crystal Palace at the seats out there, or over by the plaza where they have the covered seating, with the umbrellas and
Yeah,
whatnot.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and then you get yourself a treat and you enjoy it and you hear
that's
the
right.
music and see some of the things going by. So
I think
I
last year
have
we
just as
sat on
much
that
fun
bench
too.
right by the Liberty Bell. Didn't we? Last
Yeah.
year for the parade?
Yeah, we
And
we
it was
Yes.
sat right on the
perfect.
on the fence area. Yeah, and that was perfect. Yeah.
And I remember it was the time that we had been doing Dapper Day for Walt Disney World for the first time in the spring. Aunt Sheila had gotten a reservation at Tony's, and that provided an excellent view of the parade as it was passing by. We didn't even plan it that way, but it was an excellent, excellent view. So that's
hmm
another idea.
Yeah.
If you are looking for some air conditioning as well.
Yeah.
Um, but back on topic, I feel like I need to get the obvious ones out of the way. Obviously, there are no firearms, ammunition, knives, or weapons of any kind. There are no self-defense items. There are plenty of cast members and security guards there to ensure your safety. Um, they don't even want you bringing toys in that look like firearms or
Right.
weapons just because safety concerns. Fireworks, even alcohol, they don't want you bringing in alcohol from outside the park. I wonder why. Glass containers. That provides a hazard if they were to shatter. You can bring in small ones such as baby food jars, but large ones like mason jars and whatnot are a no. You have to keep those at the resort. Those are like the really obvious ones as well.
Yeah.
Basically anything that you wouldn't be able to bring into a bank.
Makes sense to me.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Daddy?
Well, one thing that you're not allowed to bring is the obvious selfie sticks and stuff like that. You can't
Mm-hmm.
project your camera up, 10 feet up and get video that way. So a lot of times though, if you're careful, um, you can bring a, a smaller one, like a 1 foot one that doesn't extend, and they'll let me have that sometimes. But the other option instead of that is something like having your gimbal or whatever for doing your video stabilization. You can bring that in, and the thing about that is it folds up and looks like a gun. So you have to open it up and say, no, it's not a gun. It's my gimbal, my little device there. And if you hold it up like that, then they know what it is, and they're not stopping you or anything like that. But there are
Yeah.
alternatives. So instead of the long selfie stick, maybe your gimbal or a small one that doesn't extend out, that's only about the size of a foot or something. um
Yeah.
so there's options.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Well,
Another thing that you're not really able to bring into the parks, and well, I mean, you might be able to get away with it depending on the size, strollers. They do not want you bringing in big, bulky strollers that are greater than 31 inches in width and 52 inches in length. Stroller wagons and other wagons are also prohibited. If you really need a stroller, they have them for rent in every single park. And honestly, they might even be a good thing to rent out if you plan on doing a lot of shopping. That's what my parents would do. We would rent ourselves a stroller and then it would carry all the stuff we bought.
Yeah, that was a season ago though. We don't do that anymore.
yeah,
No,
that's funny.
that
Now
was
it's time
when
for
I
a stroller for
was,
Dad.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, we call those EMVs.
ECVs. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, another thing you can't have, and this may surprise people, I'm being facetious here, but it is drones. You cannot fly drones in the parks or at Disney. You can't have the remote control toys, skateboards, scooters. You can't use inline skates or shoes with built-in wheels. Bicycles are permitted only in the designated Disney resort areas, but a lot of people have a fascination nowadays with aerial views of things. And so they want to fly the drones to get like the view of Walt Disney World. Walt Disney World is actually a no-fly zone. It's an actual no-fly
Yeah.
zone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can't do that. So
Yep.
don't took your fun away. Those inline skates, I've seen just real injuries with
Yeah.
those things. So you can understand with all those crowds there why you can't have the little skates in the wheels like the tennis shoes with the and a lot of times parents don't even know their children wore those tennis shoes, the ones with the wheels in them, until they start like going and then they're like, "Oh god, I didn't realize they wore those today." But you can't wear those kind with the wheels in them.
Yeah. And just because of the curbs as well, not just the crowds, but everything. There are so many things on the ground that could cause you to stumble and fall, and then you get hurt, and then that's a class action lawsuit against Disney.
Not a
Hmm.
good thing.
No.
Nope, not a good thing at all. I'm realizing now that a lot of these things on this list, by the way, full disclosure, if there's something we fail to mention, uh, and you think, hey, I wonder if this thing might be allowed at Disney World, there is a list, a complete and extensive list on the Walt Disney World webpage. I'm sure it's on the Disneyland as well. I'm looking at the Disney World one, and it will tell you all of the things that are banned. I'm sure
And
there's going to be something that we forget to mention.
and I just posted the link in our show notes.
Excellent
Awesome.
idea. Excellent idea. But yes, I'm realizing that a lot of these things that are on this prohibited list are mainly there because tripping hazards. That is like the biggest reason why they are there. Like you've got tripods, monopods that can't fit inside a standard backpack. Um, there's a whole lot of stuff here that it's banned because it could hurt somebody, which makes
Mhm.
complete and utter sense. There are also some things that are park specific in their prohibited list. Um, for example, Animal Kingdom Park, balloons are not permitted. And I thought that was interesting until I reread it a couple of times because they sell balloons in the Disney parks, but now that I think about it, they don't sell any balloons in Animal Kingdom, and
Mm-mm.
that's probably out of courtesy for the animals. Because when
Exactly.
you see
Definitely.
something floating around and you have no idea what it is, of course it's going to spook you.
Yeah.
Or,
Well, and they also pop, and if they eat that rubber, that could block their airway. That would not
Mm-hmm.
be.
yeah, or the loud noise getting popped on a tree right near your ear if you're a giraffe. That's one way to cause a stampede.
That would not be good.
Would not
No.
be good at all.
No. So yeah, those sorts of things. A lot of this it comes down to, in some ways, it's a little bit of common sense. Um.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but one thing that Brenda and I just have to be very aware of, and we don't do this because it's not why we go to the parks, but we have to remember that we can't, go up to a guest and say, "Hey, I'm a travel agent. I could have gotten you here faster and for less money." You can't solicit your business while you're there.
Right.
That's not why you're going to Disney. You're not going there to drum business. You're going there to enjoy the time with your family. But don't don't be that person that thinks, well, I sell travel, so I should just give people my cards everywhere. No,
Yeah.
use a
You,
little decorum and realize that
Yeah.
there's plenty of business out there that you don't have to go to the parks to try and drum it up. So,
yeah.
so soliciting for services is one thing that is a no-no.
Yep.
So,
And this one probably is logical to most people. Well, actually, this a few years ago, it became a big thing for people to, rather than using a stroller, they pulled their children in wagons, and you can't
Yeah.
do that at Disney. You can't pull wagons. You can't, this is going to sound funny, but I guess in order to have it as a rule, somebody tried it. You can't attach a wagon to the back of an ACV and pull your stuff in it. So just so you know, that's prohibited.
yeah.
Um, Wagons are prohibited at indoor venues at ESPN Worldwide World of Sports, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, those people have to haul a lot of stuff when they're doing those sport events.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
thing for them.
Let's
All
see.
right then. I'm kind of saving my controversial one for last just because it's rather eye-catching, I think.
Oh, well,
But
you
I
can't
don't
take
know if they're
suitcases.
last
Is
yet.
that yours? Suitcases?
No, no,
You
it's
okay?
actually, I don't even think it's mentioned on this list,
Oh,
but it
gotcha.
should be.
Well, suitcases, bags, coolers, or backpacks with or without wheels larger than 24 inches long and 15 inches wide by 18 inches high are not allowed in any theme park or water park. Loose or
Hmm.
dry ice is not permitted in these containers. Reusable ice packs are recommended, which makes perfect sense. If you spill a bunch of little pieces of ice, people are going to be slipping around and
Mm-hmm.
makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. So,
Oh, I just realized something. I read down at the bottom of the list and I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of interesting. A prohibited activity, hanging clothing, towels, bedding, or similar items over or on balconies at Disney resort hotels. I don't know why, but I swore I remembered seeing people hang like their beach towels and whatnot to dry on the balcony rails, and I had no idea that was a prohibited thing. I didn't realize you couldn't do that, but it's meant to help like protect fire escapes or something like that.
That,
Oh.
and if it were to blow off and fall to the
Yeah.
ground or whatever,
Yeah.
So,
Oh, and especially at Animal Kingdom Lodge, man. We were there one time with
Mhm.
Josh brought his little friend Martin with us when they were little, and they got those. Remember those lightsaber flashlights? They were like a flashlight, and you could do like that, and it turned into
uh-huh.
this sword or whatever. Well,
Oh,
they were playing
yeah.
with them, and we were staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge in a safari room, and Martin accidentally dropped his over the balcony, and we called down right. And I'm telling you, that little truck they drive out there onto the savannah was there like that to get that thing before it could
Oh,
hurt anyone. We were like freaking out. We thought, oh my God, they're never going to let us stay here again. But they were
But
great.
they
oh,
did.
Yeah,
they
thankfully,
did, but you
thankfully,
gotta be
because I'll be there
careful.
again on December 1st.
There you go.
You still gotta be very careful, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you do. And especially in those sorts of things. And that's another reason for the whole towel thing is, especially if you're at a place like Animal Kingdom Lodge with a Savannah room and the animals might be right outside your room,
Yeah.
you don't want them to like chomp down on your towel and choke or whatever. So
Yes. Yes.
so yeah, it's all perfect sense. One of the things I find some of these things kind of funny. Like if you're at the Wide World of Sports complex, the ESPN Wide World of Sports complex, maybe you're thinking, you know what? I'll back the car up. I'll do some tailgating. I
Oh
don't
my
know, but you can't have a generator, so don't do a
Oh
generator.
no. Yeah.
um, I think if you can't have a propane heater, you know? So
Yeah.
if you're going for, I'm guessing the idea behind this is a lot of times the races start at Wide World Sports. And so they don't want you to have a propane heater. They don't want you to have a generator to light up everything at 3 a.m. when everyone's having to start for the marathon or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I guess that's the idea behind it.
Well,
But
my girl
it's
plays
just,
year-round select softball. McKinley plays, and let me tell you, when it's freezing outside, those propane heaters save our lives. So if anybody's playing any sports games at ESPN Wide World of Sports, and it's during that freezing cold time, and you don't have that little personal heater, it's cold.
yeah,
Mhm.
So, but you can understand, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
So,
Fire
yeah,
hazard.
yeah.
but I could see why people would want to bring them, especially if they're used to having traveling select team players, that's kind of a thing, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so that was great to bring up because we probably have a lot of people listening that are sports parents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and then when it comes to the water parks, I have one more. Um, Flotation devices. If they are not Coast Guard approved flotation devices, then you can't have them at the water parks. You can't use them at the water parks or at um so if you have swim noodles, can't use them if they're not Coast Guard approved. And I don't think swim
Mm-mm.
noodles are Coast Guard approved.
But they have
So,
plenty of
but
life
they have
jackets and
stuff
things. Yeah.
there for you, so you don't necessarily need to bring your stuff. But just something to keep in mind. So, anything else that we
No,
need to?
swim noodles are not Coast Guard approved and should never be used in place of a life jacket or personal flotation device. Just making
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Google is a serious help.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it's helpful to know this stuff ahead of time before you end up
Mhm.
having a problem because if I had gone ahead and gotten that stool, that pop-up stool and um, not checked, I would have gotten to the park, they would have found it in my backpack and they would have like I wouldn't have been able to enter the park. I would have either had to go back to the resort and leave it, or they would have just confiscated it, and nobody wants that, especially when you spent money on stuff. So it's good to just know it in advance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, so that's the whole point of it. Is there
hmm
anything else standing out that you guys want to mention before we close up the topic?
Well, just my final thing that I wanted to make people aware of. I did not see it anywhere here on this list. It it is a bit of a controversy, but at the same time it's really not. And that pertains to the ashes of loved ones. There was a serious issue a few years ago and whatnot, where people were taking the cremated remains of their loved ones who had passed and scattering them in select places in the Disney parks. And I understand you want to scatter your loved one's ashes in a place that was significant to them, but Pirates of the Caribbean, the Haunted Mansion, and various other rides, all of the rides, honestly, are not the places to do that, and Disney strictly prohibits it. If you were to do that, the cast members would need to shut down the ride and bring in a special HEPA vacuum system to remove the remains from the ride.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's just one thing I did not see on this list, but I know about. If you wanted to do something like that, please do not do it. I understand it's important to you, but there are many other places in the world that are important as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
And there are also guest courtesy and attire policies and things like that you may want to look up.
Yeah,
That's not banned, like things we wanted to address. We're just trying to help people to not spend money on anything they can't have at the park. But there's
yeah.
other information out there.
yeah.
So
So,
we want you to have a great time. That's our whole reason for existence.
Mm-hmm. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So, Sophie,
Yeah?
what is your question of the week?
I don't know. This isn't exactly a thing that sparks a question, because it's more of a PSA announcement than a conversation.
Yeah.
Um, okay. There is one more rule. If you're over the age of 14, you are not allowed to wear costumes to the park for fear that you might accidentally impersonate a Disney character. That's not something you're allowed to do, except at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Then the rules are lax, if you will. Um, if there was a character you wanted to dress up as in the Disney park at any time of the year, what character would it be?
Oh,
Because I
fun.
will tell you right now, I have wanted, ever since Galaxy's Edge opened up, I have wanted so badly to get myself a pair of Jedi robes and take my lightsabers and just promenade around that park dressed up like I was an actual Star Wars character. And I mean, technically you can because, but I've never been able to. So,
I
All
love
right.
this question. What fun.
mhm,
Yeah. Brenda, Sophie, you type it in, okay?
okay.
I want to be Maleficent. I always want to be Maleficent. And I want to full on act like Maleficent while I'm in the costume. I love
Okay.
it. That is a
Okay.
fun question. I wonder what the listeners are going to come up with on this one.
Okay.
You know what I was going to say?
What?
What?
I was going to say jokingly for Sophie that she always wanted to dress up as Anna or Elsa, you know? but but of course that's not correct, is it, Sophie?
You saw my face go turn to that expression before you even finished the
Oh,
statement.
I hope y'all are watching on YouTube.
So for me, I see myself as a Kristoff.
I
kind
was
of
going to say
clumsy.
you look more like Sven.
Sophie. Sven, there you go. Well, Sven, reindeer are better than people.
You and
So,
Mommy could get yourself a 2-person reindeer costume.
Cute.
well, I will be Kristoff. She'll be my Anna.
Very
Okay,
nice.
that works. That
That
works.
does
I
work.
will concede that.
So,
Sweet.
Sophie wants to dress up
As a
as
Jedi. Or a Sith. One of the two.
What a fun question. I love that. I can't wait to see what people say.
Brenda
Well,
wants to dress up as Maleficent.
you would fit in so well at the villain's land that they're building.
I know. Be awesome.
Oh, did I spell it wrong?
Yes, you did.
Well, there you go. Sweet. Sophie corrected me.
I'm
How
good
about
at that.
Maleficent? Did I misspell
Yeah.
Maleficent? Yes, I did.
That's right.
There you go.
All
All
right.
right then.
So, who do you want to dress up as? I'll post the question in our On the Road with Mickey group, and I want to hear and see the results. That'll be fun. Great question, Sophie.
Yay.
Thank you. Well,
Oh,
it's time for my history, isn't it?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Aunt Brenda, I think you're gonna like this one a whole lot.
Yay.
The year is 1917. The day is November 10th, of course. And a certain lady named Marie Worthy, the wife of one Disney animator Ollie Johnston, is
Oh,
born in Bridgeport, Connecticut. From 1940 to 1941, she worked in the ink and paint departments, as all the fashionable ladies of the Disney Company do.
Evidently.
But she worked for both the Warner Brothers and for Disney.
oh wow.
Her first big date with Ollie was attending the premiere of Fantasia in November 1940.
Nice.
Nice. Very good.
That's
We love
cool.
Ollie Johnston.
Yes.
I love all the ladies of the ink and paint department. They
I
seem to
mean,
marry the good ones.
Well, there are a few of them didn't they?
they
Some
Oh
sure
yeah.
did.
special, extra special ones even.
Marie, Lillian, a whole bunch of others.
Yep.
Huh.
All right. Are you ready? To
I'm
stomp the
born ready,
snow.
Daddy. Born and raised ready. You raised me to be like this.
Yes. This character is a dedicated actor.
It's not that hedgehog from Toy Story 3, is it? Because I remember we did that one already.
Not this year.
It got me the last time. It will not get me again.
What's the character's name?
Tickles or something.
No. This character, you are on the right track, and you are right. You just have to come up with the name. No Googling
Rickles
allowed.
or something?
Close. This character wears lederhosen.
It ends with Ickles. I know it does. Tickles,
You're close.
Rickles. What is it? Oh.
Think about the character, what it is,
Mm-hmm.
and
Where's Lederhosen?
where's
It's a
lederhosen?
hedgehog. I know it
Yeah.
is.
So hedgehog has kind of spiky hair, right?
Rickles.
You're close. I'm going to give it to you. You got it.
All right.
It is Mr. Prickle Pants.
Okay,
Prickle
so
pants.
Close enough.
Yay.
Okay. You did that one already, and it stumped me the first time, and I was mad at
When did I
myself for
do
like
it?
a week.
It
I
must
don't
have been.
know.
It must have been in the old book. I'm
It
guessing.
must have been a long time ago
Or
because
it
I don't
must
remember
have
it.
been earlier this year because you don't mark which ones you do in that book.
Right. You're right.
Oh.
I don't write in this book, but
Hang on.
you know what? Yeah.
Very
See
good.
Sophie's
Doesn't matter
gonna
anyway.
check. It doesn't matter. She gets
I
it
am going
anyway.
to check though.
Well,
Okay,
you can
let's
check
see here.
later.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
Sophie.
Thank
Always.
Mr. Prickle Pants.
Prickle pants.
you. I need to think like Bonnie does when she names her toys.
Oh yeah, she's got great imagination.
Perfect names for them too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, Brenda, close us out with a little bit of Walt.
All right, I got a little chuckle from this one. I hadn't heard this before. It says, a lot of people don't realize that we have some very serious problems here keeping this thing going and getting it started. I remember when we opened Disneyland, if anybody recalls, we didn't have enough money to finish the landscaping. And I had Bill Evans go out and put Latin tags on all the weeds.
I had forgotten that. I had read that
Walt
and then had
Disney.
forgotten it. And that is
What
just
a funny thing. That is just a funny thing.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, who knew? I mean, some people knew.
Well, sure. But it's just
Bill Evans knew.
it's amazing to think about it. And
I
the show
know.
must go on.
Yes,
know?
indeed.
So awesome. Awesome
That
quote.
is too funny. Yeah.
It
Thank you,
is.
Walt.
Thank you, Walt. Thank you,
Thank
Brenda,
you.
for sharing.
You're welcome.
Well, my friends, that wraps up our look at prohibited items. And so we hope you have enjoyed. Yes, Sophie.
I found Mr. Prickle Pants again. You were right. It was not this year. It was last year in May 7th.
Okay. So
Year and a half ago.
still,
Yeah.
he's been done before, and I didn't remember.
All
So,
right.
Anyway,
Sorry.
that's okay. Well, that wraps us up for this week, my friends. We hope you have a great week. Next week, you know what? We are almost to Thanksgiving. And so that means that we are going to be decorating for the holiday soon and making all sorts of wonderful treats and things like that. And we are going to be incorporating Disney at home. And that's what the topic is, incorporating Disney at home for the holidays. Whether it be decorations, whether it be recipes you make, whatever that looks like, you know, whether you're watching, you know, the Disney Christmas movies and whatever, I don't know. But that is our feature topic for next week, incorporating Disney at home for the holidays. And I hope you all enjoy it and look forward to it. But until then, just a reminder to share your smile. This world is full of chaos and it needs as much smiles as it can get. So share your smile with someone who looks like they're having a rough day. And remember, if you're having a rough day, hopefully we made it just a little bit better this week. But until next week, I'm Mike. She's Sophie. That's Brenda. And the closer is Grogu. And we will see you on the road. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.